And we're back with Shrek is Love and Solaire Club, Game 3 of the 3-game series. Loser bracket semifinals, which means both teams potentially facing elimination here. What will happen? Nobody knows. Well, some people probably do already know because this is a replay cast and this game was played like a week ago, but let's ignore that for now because it's more fun to build a narrative. Yeah, Solaire Club looking good in Game 2. Ogre looking real good in Game 1. And we'll see if the momentum continues or if it's the Legion advantage that's really the thing that's happening here. I don't know. First bands, Ophelia, Rhapsody, and Chipper and Cthulhu getting taken out by the Hellborn side. So Switchblade and Parasite actually both left open. And Clock feels like Parasite's a bigger deal, so he's going to pick that hero up. Wouldn't be surprised if we see a Swifty first pick by Solaire Club. I have Tempest on the board as well, but I would assume that considering Legion have Parasite, they're not going to pick Tempest, so probably not that big a deal. I don't know. You're expecting anything particularly interesting?
No, I think this is a good setup for Solaire Club. Or well, at least with Legion ending up picking Parasite, it gives them both Swiftblade and a Jungler of their choice. So I like the way they've been drafting it.
And they of course pick up the hard Parasite counter to avoid giving it to Solaire Club. Glacius can be on the Legion team.
Yeah, honestly, I might have preferred them picking Empath here. I think Empath is really strong with Swiftblade and fairly good against Swiftblade as well, while Glacius doesn't do much against him.
Right.
And like, despite Glacius being, well, okay against Parasite, it's not like it's a hard counter by any means. So I would have preferred to see an Empath pick, or maybe just pick something else entirely, like Magnus or Kraken, hero of their choice, and then postpone the support pick.
I would prefer that too.
It's not like the drafting is terrible by any means.
I mean, they are still going to get one of Magnus or Kraken, but I would imagine they'd be a little bit better off if they could get the one that they wanted. Which
yeah,
they
are like
get.
Giving Solaire Club the choice now, so to speak.
Yeah, I'm generally not a fan of drafting your supports super early on. I feel like that's something that you should pick around your cores and not the other way around, but limiting your options for your core heroes usually doesn't go all that well.
Yeah, and I also think like Kraken is fairly difficult to deal with for a Swiftblade. He's both fairly good in lane against a Swift. Like, it's hard for you to get stuff done on him with Blade Frenzy, and he also has superior lockdown through the spin. So yeah, I would have preferred Simon Knight, but evidently they prefer Magnus regardless. So it works out okay for them.
I'm okay with that actually. I think Magnus can bring a little bit more damage presence and a little bit more team fight hero.
Yeah. It definitely fits their draft slightly better, so I don't mind it at all.
Yeah.
And the Solaire Club goes for their like signature Gauntlet hero.
Will they ever stop picking Gauntlet? I kind of doubt it. So that means it's going to be a Suicide Bubbles actually. So they had Kraken on the board, and they didn't
It could be a Suicide Swiftblade as well, to be fair.
Yeah, but like, they didn't pick Kraken.
Yeah.
He's there.
I guess they just value. They just value Bubbles and Gauntlet higher, I suppose.
I don't know, that hasn't been the case before. Bubbles has been...
It's a bit curious considering how much they play Kraken usually. But
Yeah.
I guess like after the first game, they just like, no, not again.
Army of Mum's not really feeling super upset about losing out the Kraken here. Doesn't feel like maybe he wants to have it. But 80 seconds of extra time available as well from the Legion side. Hellborn only have 35, so they're going to get perhaps dipping into it once again with their third ban. Legion side have already taken out Empath, Tempest, and Dr. Repulsor, so no huge surprise there. They figure we've already got our supports. Let's remove the Empath, the Tempest, prevent them from juggling easily. And they take out the DR. I don't know if Cluck is aware it's usually Noob McNoob that plays the jungle, and he's usually the one that plays the jungle doctor, or if Haxer Dude actually plays a jungle doctor as well. But I probably would have gone for another support ban over the doctor in this situation, because I doubt they're going to run the doctor jungle.
Yeah, maybe. To be fair, like Solaire Club, like with Noob McNoob or whatever his name is,
Yeah.
he usually plays it really well.
Right.
So I can see them like just not want to take the chance that, I don't know, this is some guy that knows it as well, or this is just him on another account or whatever.
Right.
I don't know, I can see them just taking it out to be sure, but yeah, I imagine you're right, it could have been better spent on maybe a torture or something.
That
Though
would be
to be
my
fair,
guess.
like, I think Empath is the only like support that really fits Solaire Club's line drafts right now. so I'm not sure what they'll end up picking.
I think Glacius just would have worked. Obviously, already got picked, so that wouldn't have
Yeah.
been. But Engi could be okay. Engi Gauntlet, not the most obvious lane, but okay, they're gonna go for a Kraken as well. So I figure, hey, we get Magmus and we get Kraken. You have to be pretty happy about that. Obviously, both really, really strong heroes. Presumably, we'll be seeing, I guess, the Kraken Suicide. I'd imagine that's gonna be the choice.
I'm curious that they decided to ban the Kraken and not ban the Kraken and instead ban stuff like Puppet Master, which isn't like amazingly strong against the Hellborn draft so far. Like both Gauntlet and Swiftblade deals fairly well with it. So they just try to address Nox as much as possible, I suppose.
I mean, they still have SolStealer and TDL available though, so it's not like Nox is going to be out of heroes to pick up. And I actually like to see this SolStealer here. I think that would fit their lineup really, really well. A lot more damage output,
I agree.
and they gives them another ranged here. I don't think they can pick up 4th melee. It seems like that would be a problem.
Yeah, I would definitely dislike to see a Dark Lady pick here. I think SolC would be okay. It's not like amazing against Hellborn heroes, but it works really well. It fits really well into the Legion lineup, so I think it'd be a good choice here.
Nope, Malikan. Well, okay. Sort of a ranged hero.
Yeah, this isn't bad either. Like, I know that Clockmuck thinks of this as a soft counter to Swiftblade.
Right.
Which I'm inclined to agree with. I think we discussed this a fair bit. Like, in lane, it's pretty hard for Swiftblade to get much done against Malikan. Like, you can sword throw away, or if your health are equal, you can pretty much just man up on the Swiftblade with Sword of the Damned, Toggle Life Essence during the spin. And if Swiftblade ultis you can just ult with Malikan and you get 60 armor. Right away, essentially negating it entirely. So yeah, it's a pretty good, and I mean it also fits into the Legion draft. Like Malikan works really well with the Kraken, for example. If you catch 2 or 3 heroes in a Kraken ultimate, you're all dead with possession splash and stuff like that. So I don't mind the pick at all, really. I think it's a solid choice.
It's a good choice. I mean, it's gonna have like I said, it's gonna give him a lot of melee presence, but in the team fights, that's actually not gonna matter because he's gonna pop possession anyway. So when it matters, he's a ranged hero.
Yeah, exactly. So it's not a big deal, really. I think it's a solid pick here. I really like it.
And I don't really like that last like Master. Oh no, sorry. No. Keep talking about the Malikan.
Okay, I could keep talking about the Malikan. It's also like that's vulnerable to the Swiftblade Gauntlet ganks as SolStealer will be.
Yeah.
So that's also part of it. More durable.
Just generally, yeah, tankier and he has a sword throw as well. But the Master of Arms pick, a little bit odd. I felt like there were a lot of other support options on the board. I mean, you even had Demphora, which doesn't fit the Hellborn lineup all that well, but I just think it's a better hero than Master of Arms. You also have Pyromancer, Witchslayer, a Demented Shaman. Well, maybe not that hero. I just don't like that much. Voodoo Jester could have been anything like that. But it looks like Kongor is going to be the choice, and Master of Arms going to ward up over here. But Legion side apparently know this is going on. Master of Arms actually going to be in a lot of trouble. He should die. So yeah, Sword Throw goes through. Moa definitely going to fall, and that's going to stop the Kongor attempt from Hellborn side. And so they saw that coming. And
oh yeah, for some reason,
yeah,
my autoskip pause stopped working.
Oh. Did you restart HoN?
No, I didn't. So it's curious.
Well,
I'm going to get it going again. Let's see.
Let me know when you're ready and we can resync.
Yeah, I will do. You just keep going.
Well, level 1 Kong fails, and so we'll see how that affects them actually. Lots of health pots all over the place. Probably a result of that presumed Kongor attempt. So
I'm good now. What time are you at?
I'm currently about to hit the 0 minute mark. So 3, 2, 1, 0 on the end game. 1 second, 2 seconds, 3 seconds, 4 seconds.
Yeah, I'm good.
Alright.
So yeah, I missed the Kongor attempt, but I mean, Solaire Club are pretty known for doing Kongor level 1.
Yeah.
Well, essentially always. We got the knockdown to lose bracket by them doing Kongor actually. So they do it with all sorts of drafts, and whenever they have Gauntlet, which you have like almost every single game, there's always the possibility of them doing it.
That's the thing. If they pick Gauntlet as much as they do, it's going to be a consistent option for you. And they're going to actually run the aggro tri-lane here, it looks like. Nope, Stanmarch going to immediately rotate to the middle? No. Or is he just running the jungle looking for somebody? Parasite is in his own woods, but he's inside of a Vulture Lord, taking out a creep camp here. Tornado also going to aggro the small camp, and he's not microing it all that well, but he's perhaps looking to stack it. So it looks like going to be a dual lane bot versus a tri-lane, and that means in middle lane we have a solo Gauntlet versus a solo Kraken. And in top, we've got Bubbles taking on Magnus. So I would imagine this top lane is going to go very much in favor of Bubbles, just because the Volcanic Touch is not going to do anything to Bubbles. He can even take cover of the Lava Surge if his timing is very good. And he's got Silence, he's got magic damage auto attack, or magic damage with the Shell Surf, and just difficult to kill, of course. So
yeah, I don't think it's like that one-sided, but I definitely think Bubbles has the edge in the matchup.
yeah.
I think the laning phase is working out very well for Hellborn so far. Like the choice to man up with an aggressive trialing against the Malikan makes perfect sense. So I think Legion are adjusting really well, just leaving Malikan as pretty much a suicide hero here.
Right.
Which he can do fairly well with Sword Throw. And just sending Glacius mid to assure that they at least win one lane.
Yep. And Kraken going to be benefiting from that presence, of course, but I would say he should still win this lane anyway with splash auto attacks. Gauntlet's got some solid burst damage, but not really enough, I don't think, to kill Kraken early on, and with the charge away and his general tanking, it's going to be very difficult to bring down. But
yeah, to be fair, like people is pretty good in a 1v1 melee matchup as well. So yeah, I think Kraken wins it, but it's by no means a stomp.
Right.
Glacius' presence can definitely be noticed.
And Hellborn support sort of rotating over, feeling like they either want to catch Parasite out in the woods or they want to gank middle. Kind of hard to tell exactly what their plan is at this point. Parasite has rotated to the Hellborn jungle, so. And the aggro tri-lane, probably the right call. Don't really want to get roamed on so heavily. And as these supports are missing, it's doing a lot in this middle lane.
Yeah, Malikan is like getting a lot of space though. He's actually getting a pull off right now on a double stack and just farming that. He's at 200 gold per minute and level 3. So he's doing much better than it should be. This scenario, really.
Right. And we'll get some lane control here as well. Get another CS. And Torture now going to help kill this wave. The Abula going to go in his favor as he does get the last hit. And he'll pull it right back. Looks like Malikan going to go into this Torture though, and Sword Throw through. That was a little dangerous for Torture. Malikan,
yeah, I mean, like, Malikan is so high level, then Sports are level 1 and 2, that, I mean, they can't really pose a threat to him. So this tri-lane is really not working out for them. And I think that's partly due to what you mentioned, like the Monster farm pick is a bit strange here. I honestly dislike Monster as a sport, or well, as a hero pick in general, but I think he has a place against like heavy push lineups where you can like just deep push with the goo. But like in an aggressive tri-lane, it doesn't really, I mean he has some burst damage, but lower than say like a Pyro Monster or many others.
Yeah, less burst damage than, yeah, and speaking of which, he's going to die yet again here it looks like. As they're going to find him, yeah, the freeze is going to go down, going to try to push him away, but not being enough, and actually Kraken gets the kill with the Torrent. He's got less burst than the Pyromancer, less lockdown in the Witch Slayer. Nymphoria is valuable because if she has a setup, then she can land her stun very easily, plus she can give mana back, which is very helpful in that tri-lane. So, out of all the heroes that were available to pick up and put in a tri-lane, I don't know why they would select Master. I mean, they don't have strong push on the Legion team, so it's not like they're going to be able to make a ton of use out of that goo.
No, and like the global shield isn't that amazing either. Like they even have Parasite, you can take it off instantly with this ultimate. So no, I don't think the pick was very good. And like Torture isn't good, really that great in an aggressive tri-lane either. It could be okay in like certain situations, but against a Malikan, like no, you need really good lockdown and burst damage on the.
And top lane actually do manage to take out Bubbles, as I saw that happening on the minimap, but couldn't get over there quickly enough. Oh well, they died at a tier 1 tower, not the biggest deal. In the meantime, Demstrat's actually taking a lot of damage. It looks like he'll go all the way back to base. He does have a bottle, but Rune's not going to get for another minute, so doesn't feel super comfortable. Regardless, the rotation from Bunny General on that Parasite proving very effective. Getting a kill on the short lane Bubs, who's now at below 200 gold per minute. And Demstrat's actually at 400 GPM, so.
Oh my.
I don't know, yeah, I figured Magnus would lose this lane, and that's not what's happening.
To be fair, like with Parasite switching woods, I think it's pretty fair that Magnus maybe does slightly better with the possibility of Parasite ganks incoming. Right. No, I don't think others should be doing this poorly at all. Though now they have like both Glacius and Parasite up here, so it's not that strange right now. But they should have been doing better up to this point, for sure.
Glacius gonna help out. Perhaps gonna go in for a kill. No, actually, yeah, there's the Lava Surge. We'll see if they have any follow-up. Bubble's just gonna Shell Surf away, and he will be just fine. We talked about it a little bit in the beginning of last game, but Cluck's still level 2. We've been having some issues getting levels in these supports. On the other hand, Master of Arms is level 1, so maybe he's not having that many issues.
Yeah, top lane.
Yep, and the eruption going off actually going to be cancelled by the silence. I'm not sure why he didn't think that was going to happen, but Kelfield is there as well. He has the support from Glacius. We'll see if they can actually turn this around. There's a health pot from Magmus. Going to need to land the Lava Surge, but it's going to be blind here actually in the middle lane as I'm losing that. Magmus going to be in some trouble. Is he dead? I think he's dead. Yep. Nope. Disjoint, not enough. Can't get it out. And now Glacius actually could be in some trouble as well. Only level 2, which means if Bubbles finds him, he's probably going to die, even from full health.
Yeah.
And
yeah, I mean,
he's basically
like,
trapped.
Yeah, Clockmaster is playing a very heavy roaming style as a support, and this is kind of the issue that can come with that. If he doesn't get many kills rolling, you tend to be really level starved. If it works out, you can like have a really good impact and snowball your team to victory, but if it doesn't, your hero becomes very useless.
That's generally why I don't like roaming strats, but solid juke from Torturer actually there, because he would have died if he had not made that move. Parasite still has the face hug, and no, yeah, she doesn't. It's 5 seconds away. What am I even talking about? Gauntlet hook, not going to connect. If he was level 7, that would have been a hook, but it was not. Infest level 3, they're going to look to lock down this Parasite. They will connect with the Shell Surf, but he'll be able to get back into a Skeleton King. Going to get locked down a little bit by this Gauntlet with the Enfeeble and actually get stunned out. He should be in a lot of trouble, and he will die, so Bunny will get chased out, but it took basically 4 heroes there to manage to lock him down and kill him.
Yeah, on that on that point, does Gauntlet normally Yisman max? Oh.
Yeah, and he'll die. Actually, as Magmus now gonna get a Lava Surge on out. We'll see if they can get anything else.
Does Yisman normally max Infernal Instability over Grapple?
I don't know, but yeah, you're right. He's got level 4 Infernal Instability and level 1 Grapple.
Because I think like most Gauntlet players these days actually prefer to max Grapple for the stroke range.
Right.
And I thought he did as well, but maybe I'm wrong. Or just like wanted Infernal Instability to lane against Kraken.
I think in that particular situation, it's definitely, you can see why he want the Infernal Instability. Oh, stuff's still going on up here as I just went back to bottom for absolutely no reason. But Torture going to be in some trouble as the Hasted Kraken is doing a lot now. Bubble's going to try to get a counter kill on him. Magmus will do so and actually should be just fine. They don't have enough mana on the Legion side to continue pursuing this. The haste ring can wear off anyway, so in the end ends up being what, 1 for 2 as the Hellborn side lose both Gauntlet and Torturer. Legion side lose only the Magmus.
Yeah, honestly I think like the pace of the game is changing to the better for the Hellborn now, though, because like their lanes were really not doing very well up to this point, so they kind of like, I think they like that you actually get some action rolling and team fights and stuff, movement. Right. But yeah, it's not really working out either so far.
I think like, with Gauntlet and Bubbles, they do want to fight early on more than anything else. Like, these are not heroes they really want to, oh, we'll just sit back and farm in the lane, and that'll work out really well for us. I mean, Magmus doesn't really want to do too much until he gets his portal key. He's fine ganking, but obviously he's perfectly content to just take CS and get his PK up. Parasite probably wants to make some stuff happen, but in general, this Legion team, they want a couple of items before they start making a whole bunch of plays. They're more mid-game oriented, and I think Bubbles looking to like, create action.
And as long as like it's a passive game, Legion also benefits from having a jungler. They'll get much more resources out of the map than the Hellborn team.
Right.
So yeah, at least it's nice to see that Hellborn are trying to move, even if it didn't work out this time. Yeah, mid.
I can't frickin' apparently catch anything as Kraken gonna die in the middle lane, and Wardaside actually from the bottom spotted out the Parasite gank. He had a Skeleton King coming in, tried to lock down the Swiftblade, but Candor obviously sees it coming thanks to the lane ward. I do want to note too that nobody's really farming all that well. Kraken, in fact, was the top farmer in the game and still is for a little bit of time. And below him now, Candorf, the top farmer, 320 gold per minute. So 10 minutes in, nobody's really got all that much in terms of money. The farm is just generally spread out really well, with both sides having consistently good farm on most heroes, and or at least decent farm on most heroes. And nobody's suffering all that hard except for the supports. So
yeah, I think like, they got to farm what they want to as well. Like Legion have most of their farm in Magmus
and release the Kraken in the middle lane. Yep, we're gonna catch the Gauntlet. So I finally did see something, but it's not even gonna be a kill. And
look at this hook then, incoming. Okay, come on, Yisman.
No, apparently not. Only has level 2 hook. I mean, it's kind of hard to hit.
Yeah, it might actually.
Once again, missing action. Bottom lane, Candor dies. I'm waiting
that's also with Malakian. I think he uses ultimate to go through the spin, peering through his superior magic. So yeah. Like Malak is showing why he's a pretty good hero against Swiftblade. And yeah, like Legion are actually taking a pretty big lead. Like now that it's slowing down a bit. They pick up the kill Bolom and Parasite is picking up his farm.
Yeah. So now that I'm in the middle of the game again, of course, my dad's trying to call me, so always fantastic. That's fine. He can wait.
Poor guy.
Yeah, well. It's fine.
He just wants to talk to his son.
No, he wants me to do a bunch of stuff, and that's fine, I'll do it, but he wants it done when he wants it done, and not necessarily when it makes sense or when I can do it. It's like, go do other stuff.
Yeah, you just don't answer, obviously.
Pretty much, that's how it works.
Yeah, that's how I do, what I do. My parents don't appreciate it though. Alright, anyways,
yeah.
Looking at the game, we have... we should have a PK on Magnus soon. Kraken is surprisingly far away from his portal key. Considering like, he has a lot of build up, I guess. But still, I would expect him to be a bit close. I guess it's just, the build up, try and gold minute. It'll take a while.
And speaking of Kraken, this is not going to help. This is going to fall once again when we stop playing.
Yeah, but I think like Magnus getting his portal key will be like a change of pace. With Legion starting to take more initiative. Like they already paid in experience in gold, but it's a bit hard for them to bridge it right now. Until they have something to initiate with. That's going to be a really huge item pickup for them. Same for like Hellborn wants to get a portal key and Gauntlet, but that's a bit further away.
Right.
Swiftblade has Abyssal soon, which is, I don't know, kind of impactful, but not on the level of the portal keys.
I don't think you could even argue that he maybe shouldn't have got Abyssal. He should have gotten... I guess it's a decent farming item. I guess Rune Cleaver is probably a little bit excessive, especially against a Malakan, but top lane. Magma's trying to box some people out of this, and Swift Slash is going to go down, actually. He's going to Lava Surge away. He should be okay. Fork Lightning not going to connect, and we'll just use the natural regen as well as Spiral Charges to get him back to health, and try to stop this push as much as he can, bring in some support from Kraken. Magma's got to be very careful about how he positions himself, because he does not want to die this close to his portal key. He's going to jump in, actually. Swiftblade going to be in a lot of trouble, and the Torrent and Splash going to finish him off. So, well played there, using the charge to get in position. Something we don't see all that often. But, Kraken using the ability to its fullest potential. Managed to take out a kill on the opposing team's carry, and all of a sudden Nox is actually challenging Cannondorf for the farm crown in terms of the carry role.
The Legion
and he'll get it.
Yeah, I think Swiftblade stayed bottom a bit too long. Like once the support left him and Parasite got some levels and Malakan as well. Like it's pretty dangerous for him to stay there. They have like also lockdown Parasite and even the superior lockdown in Malakan. And I think he's suffering from it. Like 300 gold main Swiftblade was trial-laned is really bad at this stage. I would also like kind of prefer to see him go for something like an Energizer and just try to be active with the team. I feel like the rest of his team should be looking to like take fights and be active right now. But I don't think Energizer is a terrible pickup by any means. Abyssal is terrible.
They should be looking to pick off kills. I think Swiftblade can't really be a part of that because he needs to be farming somewhere. And top lane, Magma's actually a Lava Surge away from the Swift Slot from that, and Portal Key on out, so he actually will be okay. Disjoints both the spin and the Gauntlet Blast.
Yeah, also well played. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like when you pick a Swiftblade, you kind of want to deactivate him. Like, try to force fights when your ult is up, and be a bit more passive when it's down. And like very balanced between activity and farming.
I think he can gank when he has his ultimate up, but in general, I feel like he needs to be really careful. Anyway, Clockbuck in the middle lane is going to drop. Here comes a Magmus with the Lava Surge Portal Key. I'm going to counter kill onto the support. Kraken, of course, does not have a speed K quite yet. We'll charge forward once again. Here comes Skeleton King Parasite, going to lock down the Torture. They really want to kill him, but he's just running away. And they don't really have the lockdown consistently enough to do it. Bubbles, all of a sudden, is in some trouble. Took cover of the Lava Surge. That's the face on his head, though. Actually, Gauntlet Hook not going to connect. And now Torture going to get the stun onto Parasite. Looks like Parasite could be in a lot of trouble as he's going to get out of here. That's not going to happen. Melissa Kraken right on top of Gauntlet. Eruption in the background actually going to get one kill onto the Torture. And now Bubbles in a lot of trouble. He's going to die as well. Gauntlet getting chased down by a few Legion heroes, and in fact, probably should die here. No Rune. as he sort of needed to be there about 5 seconds later. He's kind of trying to live, get back to his team. That's not going to happen. Swift Slash from Kandorf, actually, now he's out of mana, so he's going to die too. And that's
yeah,
more
that
or
was-
less a way
That
not
was
to take a
absolutely
team
horrible.
fight. And
Yeah,
it's
I mean, like, this is kind of what happens. Like, they don't. Okay, they have a portal key on, but they still lack it on bubbles. They are behind in experience, and they like that's part mainly because they had dual support instead of a parasite. So like past the lane stage, Legion are just in a better spot to take kites. A first fight. Like parasite will contribute so much more than a torture or master of arms at this stage.
And Glacier's going to run right into Moa. Master, actually, it looks like he could be in some trouble. Yeah, Possession going to get dropped. And we'll see if he can get the counter kill. No, in fact, they can't. And Malkin not going to be able to live either. Or is going to be able to live, excuse me. And there goes the Fork Lightning. But the Shell Surf, actually, Clockmok going to be in a lot of trouble. He gets stunned. Doesn't actually take the damage, but that's going to be enough for both him and Malkin in the end. So, pretty solid couple of counter kills. Magnus in the middle lane. Sort of getting collapsed on, but has plenty of escape ability. Yeah, gets the portal key off just fine, and Furlong's ability did not connect. So, bottom lane actually, Panzer Armor goes on to Torture, and Parasite gets pushed away. That's going to wear off relatively soon though, and the Puzzle Box minions are not going to continue chasing. So, Parasite, not going to get too much out of that. And Kraken porting mid with a regen rune actually, so feeling like he's going to be needed. He does have his portal key also, just picked it up.
Yeah, I think a lot. If Legion wants to, they could just start pressuring now. I don't like as long as they have a window now until Bubbles gets his portal key, which is relatively slim, I suppose. So at this stage they have an advantage, but as soon as Bubbles gets his portal key, I still think like Halborn has the opportunity to get back into this game and make stuff happen. But the Swiftblade's farm is really a problem.
Right, I mean he's at 300 gold per minute. Like he's the third highest farmer on his own team. That's just.
Yeah, but they've like dedicated so much space to him, and like he's more of a snowball kind of hero. Like a Malkin, a Silhouette and stuff like that. I think he can recover. A Swiftblade who is trying to recover just doesn't, I don't know, accomplish much. Swiftblade needs to be ahead to be
I mean
full potential.
Normally his landing presence is so strong because of the Swiftblade spin, but I mean in this situation he just didn't do all that much. Courier actually going to spot out a number of heroes here, so using it as a mobile ward and being careful not to lose it, and will in fact armor it and send it right back. Now Parasite can perhaps jump on a Torture. Yeah, there's a Legion side ward of sight, so they can see him absolutely. And the Shell Surf actually not going to do all that much because Parasite's still inside of a creep. Apparently not really feeling like they want to go all in on this aggression, but sort of letting the Hellborn know that they can't feel safe even in their own woods and behind a tier 2 tower. And Hellborn put a ward of sight of their own up on top there. Actually, two-man Lava Surge is in. Release the Kraken. Going to hit on top of Gauntlet. Hazard Armor on top of Gauntlet, but then Parasite steals it, and he's going to die right off the bat. They do kill Demonstrats in the background as well. They also managed to take out Kandorf with the Swiftblade, though, and there goes Bunny General's Parasite. So ends up being a 2 for 2 so far. Master Arm's pushing Malkin away, trying to keep himself alive as the Glacial Freeze was there, and the charge going to help kill Axer Dude on the Torture. In the background, Malkin being able to pick off the Master of Arms. Ends up being a 4 for 2 at this point. Bubbles the only one to survive for the Hellborn team. And looks like Legion will turn this into a bot tier 2 tower push. Should be a pretty easy kill. May even run mid as well and take combo.
Hellborn tower.
Both of those are realistic options at this point.
Yeah, I like to see that like Legion actually leverage their advantage. He had a pretty significant experience in gold lead, and they decided to take a 6th tier tower with it. A bit more risky because they did now after Bubbles got his portal key, but they still have a solid advantage in a team fight.
And Kraken getting jumped a little bit by those bubbles, but portal key's away before Gauntlet can really lock him down. Solid take cover on the Torrent from Bubbles, but in the end, that means that he can't use it for the Ice Imprisonment. Our Legion side will just run away, be totally fine. Nox gonna head top and start farming. So you can really study the difference in GPMs between the carries. I mean, Kandorf had a solid start thanks to the tri-lane, and has since really been unable to turn that into continued increased farm, and in fact has fallen off even from where he was in the laning phase. Ran that to Nox, who got against the tri-lane, and he was at the low 200 GPM mark. Now he's at 415 GPM. He is the top farmer in the game. And I mean, that's the difference right now
honestly,
between the two teams, essentially,
Nox
is
has
Nox.
Nox has just played it really well. He said stellar farm rotations, he's kept up stacking the Ancient with his Whispering Helm. Like, he's playing it really well.
And Gauntlet's gonna die again. Lane actually gets the ultimate from Master of Arms. He's still alive for a while. Kraken, in fact, be the first one that falls. In the meantime, they finally do kill the Gauntlet. Ends up being a 1-for-1 so far, but not the greatest trade in the world. Certainly not really what they're looking for. Two-man Lava Surge from Magnus. They will get the one kill on the support Torture. Looks like they wouldn't be surprised to get their kill, at least under the Master of Arms, very possibly on the Swiftblade as well. No. In fact, both of them will be able to run past the 2-2 tower. Nope, there's a Lava Surge. Lost auto attack, and Cluckmuck will finish off the Moa. And again, they're going to turn that into a push. As the tier 2 tower in mid going to be in a lot of trouble. So, Legion's side, yeah, they have the advantage and they know it. They're repeatedly just taking team fights that are in their favor and turning those into tower kills. So, I mean, this is like how to play HoN, the instructional video.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, I think they're doing it really well. Like, they have that advantage and they're forcing it. Using it, and like, then once they get the kills, they push down towers with it as well, just amplifying it further. So I think like it's really solid play from Legion right now, and Hellborn maybe not so much. I mean, like, I can see them trying to take the teamfight bottom. They weren't that far behind. They just had to keep pickups like the piece. But once they lose the first team fight, what's the point in like trying to take a second identical one when you're like 5k further behind? That's just, I don't know, a poor decision. And I think it pretty much just cost them the game there.
Bubbles in the top lane, give me a lot of trouble. Eruption goes off right in his face, so I'm going to prevent him from shell surfing, Song of the Sea, or taking cover. So, and once again, I mean, they're finding pickoffs left and right. I mean, they get the Gauntlet, they initiate the fight in the middle lane, and the Gauntlet. I mean, Cluck's wards are highly aggressive here. They want one above the top rune, and a second one deep within the middle lane. So, they're basically like, yeah, you know, we have these really, really great gank pick-off heroes. We're going to keep forcing engagements. We're going to prevent you from farming consistently anywhere you want. And anytime you make a mistake, if you're by yourself and you don't have appropriate team support, you don't have appropriate vision, you're going to die. If you're in the middle lane and you're pushed up a little bit too far, then you're going to die. They're making pretty much no mistakes. And it's not like Hellborn are playing this all that badly. I don't think they are. They're just not playing it completely perfectly. They're making a couple of errors here or there. They're taking engagements they probably shouldn't. There's that one thing where they just kept chasing with heroes that came in one after the other, and they just repeatedly died. And a similar thing happened in the last team fight in the middle lane, where they took an unfavorable engagement. They didn't have enough of their team there as quickly as possible. And Ogre is like, alright, if you're going to give us an opening, we're going to take it. And it turned into some pretty nice stuff. Hellfield actually is going to be there, but Bubbles, I don't know why he's there. There's nobody there to follow him up, so...
Massacre!
Yeah, it's a bit ourselves. I mean, like, I think Solaire did a nice job previously. They were wrong bottom as like 4 or 5, trying to get a pick.
And they're going to try to get this Parasite kill, and actually will do so in the background. Exclamation bound part of the fair bit of damage. Roots collecting right onto Gauntlet's face. He's going to be in a lot of trouble. They do kill Torture as well, despite having the Master of Arms ultimate on him. Swiftblade going to finish off the Glacius, and looks like Swiftblade can be in trouble there as well. That Master of Arms going to try to kill Magnus. That's not going to happen, and that's a genocide. So first one of the game. Genocide. But it's been building to that.
Know, like, they knew that like at least all or the majority of the Legion team was present, and the Bubbles just died. I have no idea why they were forcing that fight. In all honesty, they can't take a proper 5 vs 5 at this stage, and they just forced the 4 vs 5. I mean, like, I don't know, Legion is playing really... I mean, Hellborn are playing really sloppy, like, taking fights they shouldn't have. Oh my god, what? This...
I know what that means.
Really yeah, that means, like, basically... Come on, you fucking noobs, you fucking... I don't know, pussy noobs, can't you CC?
Wow.
Yeah, so it's pretty, like, vocal here, you know? I'm not sure why he's so aggressive, but yeah.
Well, he's having a solid game. So
yeah, I guess.
Maybe feeling like.
Why is he mad? Oh.
Yeah, I don't really know.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
that was kind of weird.
Yeah, and Marcus is usually pretty chill as well. So yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, middle lane Magnus is gonna die, so immediately getting punished. That's pretty funny. Come on, where's the all chat? Like really, this is the are you kidding me? If there's ever a time to do it, it's right now.
I guess Solaire Club didn't understand what he said.
Yeah, it's possible. I don't know any of them Swedish.
Yeah, I think Solaire are doing the right thing now, like looking for a singular pick and then trying to capitalize off it to take a tower and stuff. I mean, they can't like take a fight at this stage at all. They just have to keep doing this and try to get back to the game that way. And the problem is that like, yeah.
Anyway, here comes Kraken. He's going to initiate, so the Legion side feel like they can take a fight even though they're down a hero, and they probably can. Dropping off ultimate onto a whole bunch of people, and there we go. The possession on top of the Kraken ultimate is exactly what we were talking about earlier. They will get 4 hero kills. They lose only the Glacius. Teleport away from Gauntlet. He will be just fine. Yeah, oh man. Nearly got charged. But,
yeah, that was just a good initiation followed by the Magnus buyback. I mean, like, the pushing that was really risky, but Hellborn they need to try to do something to get back to the game, so I can't really fault them for that at all.
I mean, they need to make some
like
plays.
Response by Legion.
They need to force Legion to do stuff like that, because if Legion messes up, then they can take a solid engagement, and at this point, they can't play safe, they can't play without taking any risks if they want to get back in this game, because the lead is so far in favor of Legion's side. And interruption going off, actually in the background, getting it right on top of the Master of Arms, because they hate him for some reason. And they'll take the tier 3 in mid, turn that into a Rax in the top lane, possibly. Actually, no, they're going to lose the Kraken. They're going to get forced out of the lane here. Parasite's going to get hooked back. He's in some trouble. No, we'll take the Infest. 2-man Lava Surge. Nope, take covered. So it's just a 1-man Lava Surge. Magma's going to run away. He should be fine. Parasite now will drop their leech. And actually, possession from Malakin going off. Sword Throw goes through as well. Torch going to be in a lot of trouble. He's almost certainly going to die, but actually has a solid juke. So he's living somehow. I'm not sure what Nox is happening, or what's happening to Nox, because it doesn't seem like it makes a lot of sense. Chain reactions are taken, despite the fact that he killed the Gauntlet. And now they're going to turn this into yet another push. So
yeah, I mean, Hellborn simply doesn't have the damage to kill the Malakin at this rate, so
Master Arms offensive ultimate on Gauntlet, but it felt kind of late there. Kelpfield into 2. Max will take a Kelpfield stun. Looks like Glacius will die in the background. Get a little bit of damage from Glacius on core. They also kill Magnus, but here comes Malakin looking for a counter. Has his shrunken head up and just does not care about anything. It's going to wear off in a second, but that's going to be it. Actually, we'll get the kill onto Stan March, and Parasite's here as well, so that'll help out. Bubble's coming back in. Puts the silence onto Parasite's Shell Surf actually hits him as he sort of walked right back into it. Malakin now going to run away. He should be just fine. He's just way too tanky to deal with. Also has an Insanitarius it's just for a little bit of extra burst heal. So
yeah, I think this game is so like
and I think it pretty much is too.
As long as Legion just doesn't like actually just groups up in 5 and move down the middle lane or move to Congo, they can't win. They can't lose because I mean, Hellborn simply doesn't have the damage up to take down Malakin, who is this farm.
And with one set of racks down already and a tier 3 down in middle, wouldn't be surprised to see them try to push that and end it. I'm actually kind of surprised they haven't attempted Kongor yet. I feel like if they had a token on this Malakin, that's absolutely the game.
Legion definitely would have been to just take Kongor before, like get the vision up necessary for it and then just take Kongor, but I mean, they might be scared of the initiation, going to taking someone out of position, or bubbles, I don't know. Anyways, it doesn't matter at this stage.
It doesn't. I think that they could take Kongor just to be a little bit safer. There's really no way that Hellborn can realistically contest Kongor as long as they have at least somewhat decent vision. Legion may be just feeling like they don't even need to do that, they can just take mid-racks.
Yeah, it looks like they're going for Kongor.
They're a little confused. Half the team's running down middle lane, the other half's going to Kongor, but yeah.
Yeah,
looks
I mean,
like
I guess half the team is like, let's just end this, get it over with or whatever. Because I mean, like, let's face it, that's where they're at right now, but really this is the safer option. That's what they should be doing.
It is.
As long as they just stick as 5 together, take Kongor, move down middle, they can't lose this game.
And I think with
so it's like Hellborn are just relying on large mistakes from the Legion team at this time.
At this point, they basically have to dive the well repeatedly while taking those mid-racks. That's the only way it's going to work for them.
Yeah, I mean, like Hellborn's chance, like say in the game, was to get constant pickoffs and like never allow not allow the Legion team to like leverage their advantage and group up, take Kongor, push. Well, Legion managed to pull it off, so now it's pretty much over.
Notable Kraken has an invis rune, but it was spotted out by the Word of Rev, so they're aware that Kraken is invisible. And in fact, Legion dropping their own Word of Revs to try to prevent Kraken from getting jumped. So we can sit up there in the middle of this thing and not be seen. Master Rums has his own. Yeah, Master Rums has another Word of Rev, but he's gonna get jumped. And And background, looks like stuff's going on. Bubble's going to get jumped by the Kraken. It's push booked and push booked again. Actually, he looks like he will take cover, and he will be able to get out of there. So, Legion side dropping, actually, not only the Kraken ultimate, but also a shrunken head on a Kraken. And possession from Malik. And 4-man Kelfield is there as well. And Gauntlet looking for the Gauntlet Blast over there. Legion side's damage is too good, and they don't have enough tankiness to survive the outplay. So that's going to be a really, really easy team fight win and a game win. So game 3 going to Shrek is love, actually. And that means that they will advance to the losers bracket finals. And that means that they are just one series victory away from going back to Diamond Division. So their club going to bow out in 4th place, which in general isn't that bad a position for them, I don't think. And I think they can be mostly happy about how they performed this cycle, especially considering the teams that they had to play. But, I don't know, you got final thoughts on the game series there, Count Crapula?
Yeah, I think the laning phase was the big issue for Hellborn. I think the draft was a bit weird. The support picks didn't really fit their game plan.
Right.
Fairly passive support with a really aggressive team. And like Leon got a head start from the laning phase, got quick portal keys, and Hellborn just managed to stay in the game somewhat, but eventually Legion just managed to make some plays, get further ahead, and Nox recovered extremely well despite being in the tri lane, while Swiftblade was in all honesty a non-factor this game.
Right.
So yeah, I think that was the key part. Like Malkin had a huge impact on the game and managed to recover, while Swiftblade got a lot invested into him and just didn't make use of it at all.
Yeah, not really a great recipe for winning games if you want to go put a bunch of stuff on your carry hero and then not have them carry. So.
Yeah, I mean they essentially like had a gauntlet and bubbles accomplish stuff, while they had 4 heroes on the Legion team who made stuff happen and had an impact.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and again, that's the problem with running dual supports, guys. Got to stop doing that. Doesn't make a lot of sense, but anyway.
Yeah, I mean it can work, but it's relies on you getting kills, and I think like Legion were 3-0 after 5 minutes into the game or something like that. Like if you're on a dual support, you need to make kills happen, or you will inevitably fall behind in levels, and a Angler will be just be so much more impactful than the second support.
You have to win the laning phase essentially. You have to win at least 2 of 3 lanes because you essentially are just forfeiting the jungle. So if you don't win mid and at least your short lane, then you're probably feeling real weird about how that's going. And if you can win 3 lanes and turn that into a nice game, then that's fine. But in general, it's just so hard to do that I would basically recommend don't do it.
And more so, like even if you like, it's not just about winning lanes. You almost have to get kills because otherwise the support tend to be so on the level that they really struggle to have an impact once the mid game rolls around. Like that was pretty much the issue, that they had the gauntlet and bubbles having an impact in mid-game team fights, while almost the entire Legion team were really impactful.
Right. I mean, level 19, level 23, level 18, level 18, highest level on the Legion side was Bubbles at level 16, so not a great recipe for success. Yeah, he did.
Played really well,
he played very well.
Some really insane like take covers. He took cover Magnus lava surge several times and bailed himself out of some really tough spots. But it's not enough, unfortunately.
Yeah. So, too bad for Solaire Club. They'll drop down, but Ogre probably feeling pretty good about how that series went. It did take them 3 games, but they end up with the victory, and they will move on to the loser bracket finals and potentially the gold division. So, that'll do it for this series and this cast today.